All right, and here is our final video on not really Godot multiplayer design or any coding thing, but just how to test this out. Um, is a reminder, one of the most critical features in multiplayer is that you spend a bunch of time doing some testing, which I know is problematic. You're going to have to play your game with somebody else over and over and over and over again. And one of the key reasons is because without proper synchronization, if anything goes wrong between a multiplayer game, it is way more noticeable than in any other game because, if your scores got out of sync and you're playing against somebody else, then you've got a big problem because who has the correct score? And basically, you just ruin the game if there are any kind of problems that occur between them. So, good more than any other project, you should be doing a bunch of beta testing and alpha testing here. Get some people in to test out your game and try and run it through its paces and see if there's anything they can do to make it go wrong. So you're going to want to have that easily accessible and nicely playable for anybody to try. So just as a reminder, here's how we can do that. First of all, you've got to make sure the easiest way probably once you've completed and you've tested it a bunch yourself on the same computer, you want to be trying it out between two computers. And rather than dumping your entire big Godot folder, probably easiest to actually make an executable. So just as a reminder to do that, you're going to first of all need to make sure that you have the correct export templates downloaded. So you can check that out, especially Godot 4. Most people wouldn't have yet done this the first time. So open up your Godot, your template manager. And right now mine is, I just have finished installing it, so it's ready to be used. If you haven't, there's a download and install button right here, and it'll just take a couple minutes to get that done. Once you're set up, however, now you can go under the project menu and export here, and you're going to go click add, and up top here are all your different options. Right now we are on the Windows desktop, so we're going to want to create a executable for Windows desktop, and the export project is where we're looking for here. I'm going to ask you just to save this executable here. So I've got a multiplayer test. Give it a good name. Let's call it layered multiplayer test. And we are going to dump that. Probably the best spot is in the W drive. This is your student share folder, one you can access with everybody else. So if I click W drive here, it will take you immediately to, here we go, this place. And you're going to find right at the top there, I made it for you, Computer Programming 1112. And in there, there is a work folder. All the other ones, the hand-in, the student home, and the assignments are ones you can't really access or other people can't access once you've dumped it in there. So this is a work folder here. And I have put a multiplayer beta testing here folder so that everybody can keep things nice and organized. I'm going to drop that here. Oh, and it's lost my name, so I'll say layered multiplayer test, and I can hit save. Oh, there we go. Thought there's an error there, but it's just packing it up and getting it all set for me. Some kind of resource could not reset executable. Let's see if there's some other setting up I need to do or if that's just a warning. So I'm going to go into my student share in here into the work folder and the multiplayer beta games here. Oh, I get 3 actual files here. I think that, that was in my debug console. Unfortunately, didn't need to do that. Really, the 2 here is what you've got, the layered multiplayer test executable. And if you double click that, you should be able to run a copy for you, and then your friend or peer or colleague can go in and run on their computer. Make sure that you let them know what your IP address is if you're hosting. We put that in one of the videos here, but I could then right away go and that can host that up. And then somebody else can run a copy And it will open up in just a second on my other screen here. Bring it over. There we go. Oh, I should have put a name in there, but let's make it join. And there we go. So perfect right away. I've got my 2 copies of my game here to play. And you can see right away why this is important. For instance, I forgot to put a name on there. And is that the kind of thing that you want to allow players to do? Should they be able to leave that blank? Or if they do leave it blank, should it have a default name, unnamed player, or something like that? So immediately I see a problem that I could solve pretty quickly in my game design just because I wasn't paying attention. And that's the kind of thing that people can show. But now at least you've got a bunch of setups here. I can see that I can play my game, give it a try, and my numbers seem to be in sync. 2 and 5, 2 and 5. The levels are on sync. Everything's working great. So this you can kind of play for a little bit, make a list of all the problems that you want to solve, go back, solve those problems, and then try it again so that you can get a polished working final game there. But there's your testing process, and make sure you get people in your class, get other people to come by, try it out in Focus Block whenever you like. Make sure you just test your game a lot to make sure that there are no holes in it.